Welcome back to We're Having Fun. Hello, I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
And we're back for your birthday week.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's
early.
I mean, it's one of those weird things where it's technically my birthday week could be 2 different weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of split in there.
Because my birthday's on Saturday, so
Yeah. So in a few days.
Yeah.
But yeah, we celebrate you all year round.
Okay. I mean, the main reason we're celebrating birthday week this week is because next week we will not have an episode.
That's
I will
true.
be out of town.
Yep.
I'm going on vacation, and Mark's not going.
Mark's not going.
Mark was invited, but Mark cannot go
Mark
due to other obligations.
has bad timing with jobs and such.
Yep.
So, yeah, but it's exciting for you at least.
Yeah.
Just know I'm suffering. It's fine.
Yep.
But, yeah. So this week, let's see. Do we have any news we want to talk about before we start?
Jimmy Buffett passed away. I think that was before the last episode, though, maybe.
He did,
but we didn't mention it.
Yeah.
I don't like Jimmy Buffett's music very much.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan.
I'm sure he was a fine, upstanding young man, but
I honestly don't know anything about him. I know he had some restaurants, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's okay. I mean, there's a reason that I don't like his music very much, and I did tell you about it. But basically, I was on a boat once at the beach, and one of the engines went out, and we were stuck out on this boat, this speedboat, going very slowly for hours. And the only thing the captain wanted to listen to was Jimmy Buffett, which meant everyone had to listen to Jimmy Buffett. And if I never hear Cheeseburger in Paradise again, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some of his songs are okay, but for the most part, I'm like, I'm good. I can go without.
I think the only song I know is Margaritaville.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not a fan.
It's fine. There's one called Volcano that I kind of like, but I don't like it enough to like listen to it.
Yeah.
Ever again if I have to.
So anyway, that's our tribute to Jimmy Buffett.
So we love you, Jimmy Buffett.
Rest in peace,
Rest
King.
in peace.
Always in our hearts. I'm glad we could take this time to really give you a good send-off. Anything else?
Don't want to bring up anything.
Any other dead people we want to roast on the way out?
Do we want to roast Bob Barker now, too? Oh, my gosh.
I got nothing bad to say about Bob. I always loved The Price is Right.
Oh, man.
Always getting my pet spayed and neutered, so yeah, we're good there.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, after that. Well, do we want to get into our movie now?
I guess we should.
Okay. Well, this was your choice for your birthday week. You got to choose your favorite movie.
I mean, I got to choose a movie.
You got to choose a movie, yes.
This is not my favorite movie, but it's a movie that I haven't seen in a long time.
Okay.
And you've never seen it.
I've never seen it. Never really even heard about it.
Yeah.
I was surprised it came out in 2008?
2007 or 2008, something like that.
Yeah. Because, I'd never heard of it. And then I was like, it seems like something I would have heard of.
Yeah.
But if you'd like shown me that cover and then been like, guess when this came out, I'd been like, well, the 90s. For sure. But no, it was in the 2000s. So, yeah. It was interesting. I was happy to see it.
This is this is one from my private DVD collection.
Yes, your collection you keep under wraps behind lock and key.
Yeah, exactly. Where no one can get to it. As I pulled the DVD out, I noticed that I still had the receipt for it. I bought this. We were talking about Movie Gallery.
Yep.
Like when we were talking about Captain Marvel. I bought this at Movie Gallery.
You did.
Along with some other movies.
Some other hits. Yep.
But yeah, I still had the receipt for it and everything.
Yep.
Know exactly what day I bought it.
So, did you first see it on DVD or did you see it in the theaters and stuff?
I saw it on DVD.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what attracted you to it?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? You just saw it, you're like, I'm in.
It was probably, since it was 2008, I had probably just finished reading the Sandman comics.
Okay.
Because I think I started reading those around 2006.
Uh-huh.
So I'd probably read those and was like, what else of Neil Gaiman's stuff can I read?
Right.
And I think I read Good Omens around that time too.
Okay.
Still haven't watched the show. But
yeah.
I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
But I think that's how I found out about it. Because there was some news about, they're turning this other book of his into a movie. Okay. And I was like, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And, yep, that was it.
Okay.
That would be about the same time. So, that's the only way I can think of that I did that. Can't remember if Coraline, when that came out, but I feel like that was around the same time, maybe.
Maybe.
And I did go see that at the theater, but I don't know. I was really into Neil Gaiman, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, Sandman was really good. I don't blame you. So.
And I did have a couple of friends that were in that really liked his books and stuff, and so they may have been talking about it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got Good Omens on my, list of things to read, so
okay.
Maybe eventually I'll get to it. Who knows? But I'm guessing you still enjoyed the movie when we watched it this time? Still hit?
Yeah, I do not remember most of it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't remember all of the ghosts and stuff. I don't remember that whole storyline with the princess. I didn't remember any of that. I remembered, the witch, the pirates, and then, the story, the star and the guy.
Right. Well, I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Non-spoiler here. Good stuff. I thought it was fun.
It's very fun, yeah.
I did have maybe some minor criticisms, but not anything big.
Okay.
Nothing like, oh my gosh, this is so dumb or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So I say that's a win.
There you go.
It's a nice, fun little film.
I thought you might like it.
Yeah. So do we want to get into it now?
Sure.
What happens in this Stardust movie?
Well,
the stars are out tonight for the Oscars. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, speaking of stars, apparently it is Ian McKellen who is narrating.
Yep.
The beginning and everything.
He does.
He starts it off. He's like 150 years ago or whatever. At the Royal Academy of Science in London, one of the guys there gets a letter from someone. Uh-huh. I don't remember why.
Yeah, I wasn't listening very closely.
We were both going,
I missed a bunch of this.
Is that Ian McKellen?
Yeah.
I think that's Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
We even rewound it, and I still don't remember what it was about. I'm like, well, what is the point of this in the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah, and we rewound it because you got upset, and then you still didn't listen when I rewound it. You're upset we didn't listen the first time, and I rewound it, and you still didn't listen. And it wasn't my fault this time.
I was listening. I just wasn't understanding the point of it.
You were soaking it in.
Because the guy got a letter, and it was from, I'm assuming it was from...
I thought he wrote the letter. The guy with the telescope?
But he had gotten a letter from somebody who was writing a letter back to him, I think.
Okay.
I thought that's what it was. I don't know.
But
yeah, he sent a letter back, I thought was what was happening. But I don't know if it was to the old man who was guarding the wall, or if it was to Dunstan. Because I thought it was to Dunstan. But
who is Dunstan again?
Dunstan is Tristan's dad.
The dad? Okay.
Anyway, I don't know. It's something about the wall, I guess. This wall is the shortest wall.
Yeah, it really is. It's not a great wall.
There's a little gap in it where it looks like some of the stones have come out, where you can easily just kind of walk over.
Why didn't they repair that wall?
But first of all, why didn't they repair the wall?
Uh-huh.
Second of all, why didn't they build that wall bigger? Because you could literally climb over that wall.
Definitely.
I could climb over that wall, and I have no upper body strength.
I don't know if I could. I need a boost.
Yeah, I'd probably need a boost. Nah, I might be able to get over it. I'd get over on the other side, and I'd be like, I can't move. I can't go any further.
I'd have to take a nap up on top.
Yep, exactly. But, there's... We'll just skip forward. There's a village called Wall. Uh-huh. That's where the wall is.
I mean, well named.
And the wall hides a secret.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's a portal to another world, basically.
It is, yep.
And there's a little old man that guards it, that keeps people. He's like, no, you can't cross the wall. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just go back home.
Yeah.
Except for Dunstan.
Yeah.
Dunstan, played by Ben Barnes.
Yep.
A lot of people in this that was like, this person's in here? Wow.
Yeah, there were a lot of now famous people getting their start, probably.
Yep. So Ben Barnes.
A young Robert De Niro. In his
debut.
Featuring and introducing Robert De Niro.
Can you imagine? Oh, man. No. That is not an introducing. But yeah, Ben Barnes, he's Dunstan Thorne, and he wants to try to go across to the other side of the wall.
Yep.
The old man stops him and he's like, okay, well, I'll just go back home. And the old man, as he starts to kind of like turn around or whatever, Dunstan just
hoofs it.
He just runs through there.
Yeah, guard's pretty bad.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, I let somebody through.
Please. Oh no.
Come back. So yeah, he goes over the wall.
Yeah.
There is a market town that is near to the wall. Mm-hmm. So he goes there, he looks around, he sees these glass flowers that are for sale.
Yeah, well, he also sees a two-headed elephant.
Was it two-headed?
Well, it has two heads on it.
I thought they were tiny elephants, and there were two of them.
I don't know. They were merging, and they look like a cat dog situation of elephants.
It just looked like two tiny elephants to me.
They ain't fitting in that little thing.
What?
They ain't fitting in that little thing. They're in a little bitty thing.
Yeah, but you could fit two of them in there.
I don't think so.
I think it was just two of them. But
there's also a jar of eyeballs.
Yep, and they all look at him.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
But then when it shows it from a different angle, they're all looking the other way instead of looking at him.
Well, they got tired of him.
I guess so. They were just looking at the camera as well.
Yeah.
And the camera moved
They're
over
trying
to the
to
other
be a
side.
star.
So, yeah, he sees these glass flowers. Mm-hmm. And he asks the shopkeeper, the lady, she kind of wanders off. But she has an assistant who comes over, and he's going to try to buy one of these flowers.
Hot lady.
Mm-hmm. Very hot lady. And he asks how much they cost. And she's like, it could be the color of your hair, or it could be all of your memories, or whatever.
From before the age of 3.
And then...
What memories do you have before age of 3?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Probably don't want to remember much before the age of 3, honestly.
Don't know.
Don't want to remember that birth.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But he wants to buy one of the blue flowers. She's like, you don't want the one of the blue flowers. You want this white one. You want the snowdrop.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, how much does that cost? And she's like, a kiss. So he's like, okay.
Yes.
I'll
take 100. Thank you.
It's like, sorry, there's only one. So. But
with how special that flower is, why was it there? Why was it in the thing to be sold?
I don't know.
Yeah, because she wants that back later.
Because I mean, maybe it was supposed to be sold for more than that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, so she gives him the flower. He goes to kiss her cheek, and she does that little. Let me just move my mouth over real quick.
Yeah.
Get that real kiss.
Got you.
Yeah. So she's like, why don't you come back here into this
why don't you come in this little caravan?
Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, that sounds good to me. He notices that she's got this chain around her ankle.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm a princess, but the witch has me as her slave.
Yeah.
And he tries to cut the chain, but it's a magic chain. So.
I thought she was going to turn in. She was actually evil.
Yeah.
And she was being held there so she didn't get out. So I was like, oh, don't cut that chain. Don't cut.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So he cuts the chain and it magically goes back together, except he has a little piece of it.
Yeah.
So she's like, the only way that I can be freed is if you kill the witch.
Yeah.
That has me captured.
Yep.
So he's like, well, I can't really do that. Is there anything else I can do for you? And she's like, you can come back in this caravan with me.
Oh, I can think of something you can do for me.
So he does. And then there we go.
There we go.
So the place beyond the wall is called the Kingdom of Stormhold.
Yes.
We do find that out because it shows a map and it's like Stormhold and then there's the wall and then it's England.
I love a good map in a movie.
It's
always fun.
So he goes back. Dunstan goes back home.
Yeah.
And 9 months later, there's a baby.
Oh, wow.
Left for him at the wall. Wonder what happened in that caravan. So this is Tristan.
Yep.
And he grows up in Wall, the town.
He grows up in Wall.
Mm-hmm. And he's I guess it's 18 years later or whatever. Was it 18? Is he 18? I don't know.
Probably.
Something
we'll
like
go
that.
with 18.
And this is our main character, Tristan.
Yep.
Course, and it is Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox. So, Daredevil himself,
yep.
in just the worst haircut.
Oh, it's so bad.
It is so
it's
bad.
so bad.
Would have been fine in the 90s.
Yeah, but it's pretty bad.
It is.
And he is in love with Victoria.
He is.
This is
just the worst.
Sienna Miller. I don't know anything else she's been in.
Yeah, I thought maybe seeing her would do something, but no.
I thought it would jog my memory, and I'm like, no.
Not a clue.
No clue.
Cannot. I just know I've heard her name.
I've heard her name. Don't know.
Yeah.
Guess I could look it up, but nah. I'm good. So he goes over to her house, throws rocks at her window. Mm-hmm. She looks out. She's like, oh, it's you.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. And there's another guy who's also trying to win her affection.
Yep.
And his name is Humphrey.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, Superman himself.
Yep. So it's Superman versus Daredevil. Who's going to win the girl?
Yep, Superman wins this time.
Yeah, you can tell that she actually likes Humphrey.
Oh yeah, she's into him.
And she's not very into Tristan.
Yeah.
But she does kind of lead him on a lot.
Oh
which
yeah.
is very annoying.
Yeah, she's the worst.
Yep, so he works at like the grocer's shop and she comes in there. There's like this long line of women. This is so annoying. I hate her.
Yeah.
There's this long line of women and he's trying to help one of them. She just walks to the front of the line and is like, I need some flour and some sugar and some eggs and blah blah and some chocolate and all this stuff, and he helps her and even walks her home with all of her groceries.
Yeah.
And he gets fired immediately. And I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Honestly, deserved it.
He deserved that. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, she's very annoying.
For sure.
So then we go over to the Kingdom of Stormhold. We find out that the king is there. He is dying.
Peter O'Toole.
Yep, it's Peter O'Toole. So he's on his deathbed. He has 4 sons that have survived.
Yep, he had 7.
Mm-hmm. And
I like that he just names them after how they're born.
Yes. So like the first one is Primus. Then you have Secundus, Tertius, Quartus, Quintus, Sixtus, Septimus.
Yep.
So, but only 4 of them are alive right now.
Yep.
And he had several brothers also, and they all died.
He killed them all.
He killed them all, basically, because that's how their thing goes.
Yeah.
In their family, basically, they have as many sons as they can.
Yeah.
And then they just kill each other off until there's one left, and that's the one that becomes king.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
It is pretty messed up. So, they're waiting for one of them to arrive. When he gets there, he starts telling them, well, this isn't really how traditionally we do things because now I'm dying and there are still 4 of you alive. Yeah. So he's like, Secundus, look over there. Tell me what you see out the window.
Look out the window.
So he walks over there and he's like, I see the Kingdom of Stormhold. And then he gets pushed out the window. Yep. And then, because it was Primus, right, that pushes him out.
Yeah.
So he pushes him out. This is Mark Strong, by the way. No, not Mark Strong. Sorry, Mark Strong is Septimus.
Right.
There are so many of them. And Mark Strong is the only one that I remember, except for Rupert Everett.
Yeah.
Who is the one who just died.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I don't know who the other 2 are.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I didn't look it up. Yeah. One of them looked familiar, but anyway, so there we go. One of them's gone.
Yeah. And the ghosts of the dead sons are hanging around.
Yeah. They can't leave until someone is crowned a king.
Yeah.
So they
just watch it all.
They just have to sit there and watch it, which is really funny because each of them you can tell the way that they died, basically. Because one of them is frozen.
Yeah, one has an axe in his head.
Yeah. And then, of course, the one who just fell.
Yeah.
He's like, his face is kind of smushed and his hair is still like blowing in the wind, it looks like. And then the other one, it looked like...
I think it got burned.
Yeah, like it got burned or something. So, yeah, you can tell how each of them died.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, hey, thanks for joining us. Now you get to sit here and, wait for somebody to become king. So, yeah, now there are only 3 of them left.
Yep.
And you find out also that they have a sister named Una who has been missing for several years. Mm-hmm. So the king's like, all right, well, since there are 3 of you left, I'm literally about to kick the bucket. Yeah. This is what we're going to do. I've got this pendant that has a ruby in it. I'm going to take the color out of this ruby and throw it. And you guys have to find it. And whoever can bring the color back to the pendant becomes the king.
Wins. Yep.
So that's what he does. He throws that pendant through the air and it basically hits a star.
Yep.
And the star falls to Earth.
Yep. Explodes.
Yep. So the star's falling. Tristan is with Victoria. They're out having like a late night picnic.
Little picnic.
They're like, oh, we're drinking champagne for the first time.
Yeah.
And
he spent all his money on it.
Yep. And she's talking about Humphrey and how Humphrey has gone to Ipswich to get a ring for her.
Ooh.
And he's like, what kind of a ring? She's like, you know what kind of a ring.
Yeah, what kind of ring did he expect?
Exactly. And so he's like, well, I'll bring you that star that just fell.
Yeah.
And
then you'll have to marry me.
Exactly. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a week to bring that star to me.
She likes things.
Yeah, she does. And yep, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to try to go get that star and bring it to her.
Yeah.
To show how much he loves her. So we go to where the star has fallen. The star's a lady.
It's a lady.
It's a lady.
Yeah.
And the pendant is there also.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move over to see these 3 witches.
Yep.
One of whom is Michelle Pfeiffer.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, ooh, there's a falling star. We need to go get that.
Yep.
And because if they...
powers.
Yeah, if they catch a falling star and put it in their pocket.
Yeah.
No, if they catch a falling star, rip out its heart and eat the heart, they become younger and more powerful.
Yeah.
So that's their plan. And so now
they draw lots for it and stuff, and Michelle Pfeiffer cheats.
Yes.
She gets to take it.
Yeah, because she's like, they draw lots to see who's going to be the one to go after it.
Yeah.
And she wins because she cheats. And then they have like a tiny, tiny piece of the last star that fell.
Yeah.
And she gets to take that so that she can look younger and everything.
Yeah. Gotta look hot if you're going to
Exactly.
go outside.
If you're going to be going on an adventure, you gotta look good, you know?
Please don't go outside if you don't look hot. Begging you all, please.
Stop. Oh man. So yeah, she does that and she heads off on her journey. Tristan, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go cross the wall. The old man is guarding it, of course. He pulls the same trick that his dad did.
Yeah.
Except the old man is ready now.
Yeah, he's spry now. It's been like a long time.
He's like 90 years old.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm gonna beat you up.
Not sure how this has happened. I guess he's magic? I don't know.
And Tristan is really, well, I mean, he's had several years to train.
Yeah, but come on.
He's very old.
But jumping around like that over the wall.
But also Tristan is not very athletic either.
Yeah, that's true, but still, that old man ain't jumping like that.
So he stops him from going across the wall, and he goes back to his dad, and his dad has the basket that he came in, basically, and he's like, here's some things that might help you. It's the piece of the chain that he got, the glass flower, and a scroll.
Your mom left
a letter,
this note
basically,
for you.
From his mom, and wrapped up in the scroll is a candle.
Yeah.
And
which the witches had wanted a black candle, but or ebony candle, whatever.
A Babylon candle.
Babylon candle.
Or a bubbling candle, as he calls it at one point.
Yeah, but they didn't have one. They're apparently very rare.
Yes.
They can help you travel.
Yeah. So in the note, it tells him to travel by candlelight, think of me and only me. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to go see my mother. Mm-hmm. So he lights the candle and he's gone.
Yep.
But instead of thinking about his mother, thoughts of Victoria jump in his head and the falling star. And so he ends up in the crater where the star has fallen.
Yeah.
And he's like, have you seen a fallen star anywhere? Talking to the girl that's there. Claire Danes, by the way. And she's like, you idiot, I am the star. And he's like, oh my gosh, well, you're coming with me. He sticks the chain around her wrist.
Yeah. And
they head off together.
What a great first move. Because she doesn't want to go. And then he's like, well, once I show you to Victoria, I got the rest of this candle. I'll send you back. It'll be fine. Come on. Yeah. Help me help you. Help me help you.
Yeah. And she's wearing the pendant too, because when it hit her, it came down with her and she put it on. Yeah. So now he has both the star and the pendant. Yeah. And he doesn't really know what to do with either of them. But yeah, he does have the Babylon candle. It only has one use left. So also
Septimus and Primus
and
Tertius have a little discussion with the bishop. Bishop wants Primus to win.
Yes, because he's like, you're the better of the brothers.
Yeah, and they all have a drink.
Yep, they all have a drink. Tertius is poisoned.
The bishop's poisoned.
The bishop is poisoned, and then Tertius is poisoned. And then it's like, oh my gosh, where was the other poison?
Yep.
And
Septimus is down.
Oh yeah, why do I keep getting them confused?
I don't know.
I guess because I think that he should be I don't know. That he should be
he's better
Primus,
than the others.
I don't know. Septimus goes down also, and Primus is like, "Oh, I guess I'm king!
Yay, I did it!"
And he's about to like put the crown on and everything.
Yeah.
And then
Septimus lies.
He's like, "Ha! I tricked you.
Yeah.
I'm not actually dead.
You thought you were a king."
Exactly. And so he's like, "But why did only one of us get poisoned?"
Yeah,
he's
why'd
like,
you kill the bishop?
Yeah, why'd you kill? He's like, "I meant to kill you. You took the wrong cup."
You killed the bishop.
Exactly. So now they're like, all right, well, I guess we'll just head off and try to find the pendant.
Yep.
Because we gotta get that ruby.
Yep. Take off separately.
Yep. So we have this random guy named Bernard.
Yeah. He's just gonna go sell a goat for his mom.
Yep. Exactly.
That's all he wants to do.
Michelle Pfeiffer shows up. I forget what her name is. It's like Lamia or something like that.
Sure.
I think they say her name once.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we're just calling her Michelle Pfeiffer. Because I think in my notes I just call her the big witch because she's like the main witch.
Sure.
But she's like really powerful. So he's about to head off to market to sell that goat.
Mm-hmm.
She stops him and she's like, "I'll buy the goat."
Yeah.
And he looks over and he's like, "That goat's not going to be able to pull your cart."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, well, okay."
Guess
so,
I'll need 2 goats.
Exactly. So she turns him into a goat and then she takes off with both goats.
Poor Bernard.
Yep. And his mother's like, "Bernard, where are you?" Aw, poor. There's so many times that in my notes that I put "poor Bernard." Everything bad just keeps happening to him.
Yeah.
So he's turned into a goat and he's off pulling the cart with the other goat.
Yep.
And of course the princes are out looking for the pendant. Okay, so the witch in her travels comes across Ditchwater Sow, who is the witch that has Tristan's mother captured.
Uh-huh.
Tristan's mom is turned into a bird.
Yep.
And Ditchwater Sow gives the witch some of her food.
Yeah.
But it's got some kind of grass in it.
Yeah.
That is supposed to
Makes her tell the
make
truth.
her tell the truth. So she tells her about the star.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's like limbus grass or something."
Yeah.
Because I'm like, limbus? Kind of like from Lord of the Rings. So she's like, "Okay, well, since you've done this, and you're obviously going to try to get the star.
Do you know who I am, bro?"
Exactly. So, you're going to try to get the star, but you're never going to get the star because if the star comes to you and is right in front of your face, you're not going to see it. You're not going to be able to touch it. You're not going to be able to hear it or anything. Yeah. It's going to be like it is completely invisible to you.
Yeah.
And, So she's like, "And that's what you get."
Yep.
So we go back to...
And every time she uses magic, she gets older. We see like some liver spots and all that on her arms and all that. Mm-hmm. So she can only use so much magic if she wants to be hot.
Exactly, because she's already used her magic to turn Bernard into a goat. So that was one arm. And then now she's done this other magic. That's her other arm. So her arms are not looking too hot. Yeah. But the rest of her... still pretty good.
Still banging.
Exactly. So then we go back to Tristan and the star. We find out the star's name is Vane.
Yes.
They're heading off to go back to the wall, and they're very far away. It is daytime at this point. She's very tired because she is a star, so she sleeps during the day. So she's tired, and she's like, I literally can't go any further. You've got to let me sleep. So she sits down by a tree, and he's like, "Okay, fine. I'm going to tie you to this tree. I'm going to go get some food at the next village, and I'll come back for you." So that's what he does. So she's tied to this tree, and she's like, "Well, I guess I can take a nap." Yeah. Septimus, there's like a soothsayer. Septimus is like, has gone as far south as he can, ocean, or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, soothsayer said it was supposed to be here. Where's the star? Or not the star. Where's the pendant? Yeah. Where's the ruby? The stone, whatever. So
he's like, "I'm just reading the runes, bro."
Yeah, exactly. He's like, "We just toss the runes." And so he's like, "Okay." And so he basically does this little trick thing where he
makes him do the runes.
Yeah, to find out if he's working for his brother.
Yeah.
Pretty much. To see what it means, what the runes look like when it's yes, and what it means when it... Yeah. What it looks like when it means no.
Which is really easy to tell.
Exactly.
And it's like...
why is there even a soothsayer? Just take the runes.
What a racket this is.
What is the point of the soothsayer?
The soothsayer is living high on the hog, man. He's like, "I can't believe these idiots are paying me."
All you have to do is if the runes runes aren't showing, it means no.
Yeah. It's like the easiest thing in the world.
I mean, maybe if it's not a yes or no question, you can do more with it.
Ask again later. It's just the magic 8 ball.
Exactly. But I mean, if you have these rune stones and you just want to ask it yes or no questions, it's really simple. You do not need that soothsayer telling you anything. So yeah, anyway, he's been working for Primus.
Yeah, so he just kills that bro.
Yep, and then he takes the runes.
Yep.
And uses them.
I'm the soothsayer
He's like,
now.
I guess I'm the soothsayer now. Yep. So back where Yvain is, there's a unicorn that shows up.
Yeah.
And it uses its horn to set her free.
Yeah. And this is maybe like my really only quibble with this movie is that things just kind of happen. There's no real reason for them or nothing. There's no build up to anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, there's a unicorn now that sets her free.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like, okay, well, I guess she's free now.
Maybe the unicorn can, like, communicate with the stars.
Yeah, sure, but nobody told us any of this.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just
it just kind of happens upon her. And it's like, let me just save her kind of thing.
Yeah. So there wasn't really any tension or anything.
Yeah. So she rides off on the unicorn.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yep.
I hate that I just keep calling her Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer. She's at a crossroads.
Yep.
And
runes are telling her to go there.
Yep. And so she's like, okay. And she communicates with her sisters too, through like a mirror at their headquarters, at their lair.
Yep.
And so they're like, we're getting the same thing when we do all this stuff, when we like consult the innards of animals, which is disgusting. They have all these animals caged. And so they're like, we're seeing the same thing. You need to just stay there. She's on her way there.
Set a trap.
Yep. So that's what she does. She turns the goats into humans. So we've got Bernard. He's back. But she turns him into a girl instead.
Yeah.
And then turns the other goat into a dude.
Yeah. Who's still pretty much a goat.
Named Billy, who is still a goat. He can't talk. He can only like, meh.
Yeah.
And it's so funny watching him while they're standing on the road because his feet do not stop moving. He's just constantly moving his feet. So funny. It's actually the guy who plays Mr. Weasley in Harry Potter movies.
Nice.
But yeah, so
yeah, she creates this whole inn and everything and everything in it and doesn't really get older at that point. And I'm like, that seems like that was a big spell. Yeah. Probably bigger than turning a dude into a goat.
Maybe it turned her legs into
maybe
real gross old legs.
Ugh.
Spider veins.
Ugh.
She needs some of that makeup from like those infomercials where, you just put it all on your
why go after a star? Just, get those beauty products.
Oh, man. So Tristan gets back. Yvain's not there. He's like, oh, crap, I've lost the star.
So he just takes a nap.
He takes a nap. The stars start whispering to him.
Yeah.
Telling him that, a unicorn
took her.
And she's in danger. She's heading for a trap.
Yeah.
The unicorn doesn't realize that it's a trap either. It's like,
like what?
Okay.
Why'd they send that unicorn?
Stupid unicorn.
if it was the stars sending it, why did they send it?
Yeah,
she wasn't in danger. She's tied to a tree, sure, but everything's fine.
That point, she's captured by Tristan, but he doesn't have any terrible plans for her. He's just taking her to go meet a girl. Well, he doesn't. It would be, but he doesn't realize it, and she doesn't realize it either, that it would be something bad. So anyway, so they're like, there's a coach coming, you need to get on that coach, and it'll be going straight to where the trap is.
Yeah.
So he runs, he sees this coach coming, he runs for it, he tries to jump on it and just smacks straight into it and falls. Of it.
Yeah.
So this is the prince's coach, Primus.
Yeah.
He stops. He goes over. He's like, "Oh, my brother sent you." He's like, I'm not armed. I just need to go this way.
I need a ride.
So he's like, "All right, fine. You can come with me."
Yeah.
So Yvain gets to the inn with the unicorn. It's raining, so they take her in. They're like, we'll give you a bath and give you a nice place to sleep and everything. So she gives her a bath.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, and I can give you a massage too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you don't start with the boobs. Well. Come on. Don't. What are you doing?
Let's go.
Because she literally starts like, let me just massage.
She's like, let's do front first, as all massages go.
No.
This is normal massage procedure, I swear.
But I mean, Yvain's like, I've never had a massage before. Yeah. It's like, why are you doing that?
And she's glowing. She's loving it.
Oh, well, she had just had a really nice bath and everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Whenever she's happy, she starts glowing, by the way.
Because she's a star.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they need the star to be at its happiest, I guess.
Yeah.
For full potency of the heart.
Yeah.
So that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to make her really, really happy so that she can grab that heart.
That heart.
Yep, exactly. So she's getting ready to stab her and everything. But the prince and Tristan show up at the end.
Yeah.
And so the billy goat lets them in.
Yep.
Or lets Primus in.
Yeah.
He comes in. He immediately sees this bath.
He's like, I'm getting naked, getting in that.
I'm getting in that bath.
In the middle of the room.
In the middle of the room. You don't know who's been taking a bath in there before you. You're just in dirty bath water. Yeah. But okay. So
it was a different time.
He doesn't care. He's just like, this is a warm bath.
They were disgusting back then.
So he gets in this bath, and the witch is like, "Okay, I'm gonna poison him."
Yeah.
So put some poison in the wine. Yeah. She's like, "Ooh, here's some wine. Do you want it?" And he's like, "No, my brother was just poisoned. I think I'm good.
Not till I become king here.
Exactly.
I ain't taking any chances."
Exactly. And so she's like, "Dang it." Take it out to the other guy and he can have it.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste that poison, you know?
Yep.
And
Tristan about to drink that.
Yep. But
then the unicorn comes through.
I was like, oh, you finally did something good? Okay.
Thanks, unicorn. Wow.
Yep. So Yvain comes downstairs. Primus sees her and is talking to her and everything. The ghosts of the brothers are like, she's wearing the stone. Look at the stone. He's just not paying attention. And then finally he does see it. And he's like, oh, come closer. I want to give me that stone.
Give me that stone. I want that stone.
Exactly. But the witch jumps on him basically and slits his neck.
Yeah. Rough go.
Yep.
For Primus.
Exactly.
So he dies and joins his brothers naked with his throat slit.
Yep. He's like, well, this is awkward.
It's like a bad dream.
Yeah. He was like, boy, I really hope somebody becomes king soon because I don't want to be stuck naked this whole time. For forever, basically. It's
cold being a ghost too. It's rough.
So yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Tristan comes in to save Yvain, and they're about to get away, but the witch starts puts everything on fire, basically, the whole thing. And it's like this magical green fire.
Sets that unicorn on fire.
Yep. Poor unicorn, rip.
Which at that point I was just like, okay, I don't care about this unicorn.
Yeah, it's like
the unicorn's been around for 2 minutes.
It's like, good, I don't like that unicorn anyway.
The unicorn was the reason this is happening.
Oh man, so they're trying to get away.
Never not liked a unicorn before in my life. And this is the first time.
So they're backed into a corner. There's no way out.
Yeah.
Except that they do still have the candle.
Got that candle.
So he uses the flame to light the candle. He
says, think of home. Yeah.
It's like, why are you telling her that?
It's so dumb.
So they fly off basically into the clouds, into the sky. And it's like, if he goes into the, outside of the atmosphere, he's dead.
I'm like, what's he going to do?
Absolutely dead.
Yeah.
He cannot survive in space.
Yeah.
But they get on top of a cloud, and that's where they stop.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are we doing here? And she's like, you said to think of home. I was thinking of home. And he's like, I was thinking of home. So
they're in the middle of the two homes.
Exactly. It's like,
dummies.
Oh my gosh. He's like, why were you thinking of home? And she's like, you literally said it. He's like, I bet think of my home. I've never been here. Oh my gosh. So they're just two dummies. It's so they're in the clouds. It's storming and everything.
Yeah.
And there's a flying ship that shows up.
They get a net thrown on them.
Mm-hmm. captured by pirates. And this is where we meet Captain Shakespeare.
Yep.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Just doing regular Robert De Niro voice. Not doing any accent. He ain't trying to mess around.
He's like, I'm not British.
I know. I'm around all these British people, but I don't care at all.
Yeah, because I mean, like, Claire Danes is doing, like, a British accent and everything.
Yep.
But he's like, no. Not
on my watch.
Just gonna be myself. It's fine. So Septimus shows up with his guard.
Yeah.
They show up at the inn because I guess the runes have brought them there.
Yeah, but all that's left is just the bathtub
and Bernard. And this was another poor Bernard.
Yeah.
Because he gets questioned and everything. He tells them what happened. And then he's like, all right, well, now you're coming with us.
Well, yeah, and he's like, I'm king now, but also I want that star.
Yeah, and technically he's not the king because he doesn't have the stone yet.
Right.
But he finds out that, because Bernard tells him that it was a star.
Yeah.
And she was wearing the stone. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go after the stone, but I'm also now going to go after the star because I can be king forever if I get that star.
Immortal king.
If I eat the star's heart. Oh my gosh. So he's so excited about it.
Yeah.
And so they head off looking for the star.
Yeah.
So Captain Shakespeare has put them into the brig.
Mm-hmm.
He goes in there. He's talking to them. He's yelling at them and asking them questions.
Mm-hmm.
His crew are listening outside the door. And then they run upstairs really quickly because, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
They look out. Captain Shakespeare has just thrown Tristan out the window.
Yep.
But...
And he brings out Claire Danes.
He brings out Yvain. She's like, how could you do this?
Yeah.
And they go into the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
And there's Tristan. He's there.
Yeah, he's fine. I don't know how he got around.
No, they might have, maybe there are secret passages.
I guess so.
Because there he is. He's in his long underwear.
Yeah.
He's fine. It was just a mannequin they threw overboard.
Ruse.
Yep. And so this is where we realize that Captain Shakespeare is actually Steve Bonnet.
Yeah, pretty much.
In Our Flaming Step. Because he literally has an auxiliary wardrobe.
Yep.
Walk in there. There's like all of these dresses and nice clothes and stuff. Because he's like, okay, we've got to get you in some different clothes.
Yeah, he's very flamboyant.
He is.
Yes.
And
so that's what he was saving his accent for. Was to just go flamboyant.
Yeah, exactly. So he gives him clothes.
Yeah.
He gives Tristan a haircut.
Yeah, I think he gives him a wig.
But
because he did not just like grow his hair out.
Unless he has some kind of magic.
Maybe, but because he put a wig on his head at one point.
Okay.
So I think it was supposed to be a wig.
I guess so. So yeah, he has different hair now.
Yeah, he's like, the crew won't recognize you once I'm done with you.
Exactly.
Which it doesn't look that much different. He just has longer hair and
better
different clothes.
Yeah. But I mean, they really only saw him very briefly because they literally captured them and then were like, okay, put him in the brig, and then they didn't see him again.
I guess so.
Until later. So they have these barrels of lightning. That's what they do. They fly around, they capture lightning.
They're lightning farmers.
Yep, exactly. And they are going to sell one of the barrels of lightning. Mm-hmm. Selling it to Ricky Gervais.
I did not expect Ricky Gervais in this movie.
So he's like their fence, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I forgot that he was in this. I was like, oh my gosh, there he is. So they have some banter and everything. Yeah. And there's not really that much to say about it. It's just they're kind of
sell
silly.
The lightning. They sell the lightning.
Yep.
So, and once they get back.
Oh, and Ricky Gervais tells him, hey, I've heard rumor that there's a star that fell. So be on the lookout. Have you seen anything? And he looks over at Yvain and he's like, nope, haven't seen anything. Yeah. And he's like, okay, we'll just be on the lookout because there are people looking for it. It'd probably fetch you a pretty penny, I guess.
Yeah, you can make your fortune.
Exactly. So he's like, well, we're going to head back to the ship. Yep. So they get back to the ship. Tristan is there. He's pretending to be Shakespeare's nephew.
Right. Interesting timing.
Yep. So then we have this little montage, basically, where they're gathering lightning.
They're having a good time.
Not pretending. He's learning how to sword fight. Yeah. She's just glowing.
Yeah, she's so happy.
A lot. They're dancing on the...
Especially when she's around Tristan.
Mm-hmm. They're dancing on the ship and everything.
Yeah, everybody's having a good time.
Yep. And basically, Shakespeare's like, I know why you're glowing.
Yeah.
She's like, shut up.
No, I'm not.
Don't say anything. Oh my God.
You're so embarrassing, Captain.
Oh, man. So the pirates end up letting them off the boat. They go on their way because they're good guys, you know?
Yeah.
They're like the best people in the movie, basically.
I could have just done with the whole movie being with the pirates.
Right!
They were great.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So that's why I remember them so fondly, I guess, in the movie, because I'm like, well, this was really cute.
It was.
So they head off on their way, of course. The prince is going around and asking people questions. First, though, the witch is also doing the same thing, because the witch gets to Ricky Gervais first.
Oh, yeah.
And he just keeps talking and talking and talking. She tells him to shut up. He won't do it. So she kind of turns his voice into like a frog.
Yeah, frog, chicken cat.
Kind of, I don't know, bird
what's
kind of
happening
thing.
there.
Yeah, so he can't talk.
Yeah.
So when the prince gets there and starts asking him questions, he can't talk. And so they just kill him.
Kill him, yeah.
Rip.
Ricky Gervais had a good run.
Yep. So now he goes after the pirates because he knows that they were with... that Shakespeare might know something.
Yeah.
So he goes to the ship, gets on there.
He's like, this guy, tough guy. He has a big reputation.
Yep. So he gets in there. He's going after Shakespeare to ask him questions.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the pirates...
They're being held at sword point.
Yeah. And then they just start...
They do a little bow.
Yeah.
And the guard has to, like, respond with their bow.
And so while they're responding, they attack. So the pirates attack the guards.
It's so weird.
So the prince, of course, finds Captain Shakespeare.
Yeah, he's having some music going.
Mm-hmm. He's dancing around.
Yep.
He's got like a little feather fan and everything. Yep. He's drawn a little heart on his face. And he's wearing, like, corsets and everything.
He's having a good time.
Yep, so he's all dressed up. And the prince is just like, what is happening here? Yep, so he tries to get information from him and everything. Yeah. And he's about to kill the captain. And
the other pirates arrive.
The other pirates show up, and they're like, how dare you?
Get away from our captain.
Septimus just jumps out the window.
Yeah.
Because they're like on a lake or whatever. And so he jumps out into the water. And Captain Shakespeare's like, well, I guess you all know that I'm not like a scary
my reputation
guy like you thought I was.
Yeah.
And I guess you're probably going to leave or whatever. And they're like, no, you're our captain.
Yeah.
You've always been our captain.
We love you, bro.
We don't mind. We don't care.
Yeah.
So
it's nice.
It's really cute.
Also, before Tristan left, Captain whispered a little something in his ear, and we don't know what it is, but Claire Danes, what did he say?
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
What did he tell you?
What are y'all talking about?
And he tells her what it was.
Yeah.
But it's clearly a lie, because he says something about the lightning, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, that's not what he whispered to you.
So do you think the captain told the prince where they were going? Because the prince knows where to go.
I don't know.
I think maybe. Unless it's just like another thing where like, it just happens. Yeah. We don't want to explain why.
I mean, he probably does still have the runes. So.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, I guess.
But also, when the prince comes out of the water, Bernard is the only one left. Because all the guards are gone. Because he's like, the pirates killed the guards. And he's like, okay, well, I'm still in the horse that you were riding, and I'm getting out of here. So Bernard's just left there on the side of the road. Yeah. Never see what happens to him.
He looks toward the ship, though. I like to believe that
I think he became a pirate.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think he'd fit in with them.
Yeah, it's a better place.
Exactly. So that's what we're going to say. He went to become a pirate.
I'm rooting for him.
So Tristan and Yvain are walking around. They're hiding actually at one point because there's somebody coming.
Yeah, they don't want to be seen on the road.
Exactly. And
so he just tackles her into the bushes.
Yeah, there are a couple of times because this is a different one. But yeah, at one point he does tackle her into the bushes. But then later they're doing the same thing, but they're like at a bridge and they're like below the bridge so that nobody can see them. And she's like, "Oh wait, that's that woman. She was with Ricky Gervais. That's Sal." And Captain Shakespeare knows her, so maybe we can ask her for help.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
Yep.
And he's like, we need safe passage to the wall. And Sal is like, I see that glass flower you have in your lapel. That's mine.
Yeah.
Give it back. And he's
I'll take it and then I will transport you
to the wall. And he's like, safe passage.
Yeah.
And she's like, safe
food,
passage.
lodging, and everything.
He's like, you'll arrive there exactly the way you are now.
Same condition.
Same condition. And he's like, okay, sounds good. So he gives her the glass flower and she's like, this was protecting you. You probably shouldn't have given it to me.
Yeah.
So she turns him into a mouse.
Yeah, but why?
I guess because it's easier to transport him. I don't know.
Guess. It just seems like, we'll do this so the Clairdanes will talk to him in mouse form.
Yeah.
Because once they get there, she just turns him back into him and like, okay, bye.
She's like,
okay,
I gave my word.
Thanks for turning me into a mouse.
Yeah. So she turns him into a mouse, puts him in the caravan in a little cage, and gives him a little bit of food.
Yeah.
And Elaine, she doesn't see her, of course, because she's the star,
or hear
her or anything, because Elaine tries to attack her and can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so Elaine says some mean stuff to her. She's like, you smell like pee. And
yeah, but she probably did. She looked like she would smell like pee.
That's so mean.
Sorry. We can only say that if it's Jimmy Buffett.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be just slaughtered. People are gonna hate me. It's just his music. I just don't like his music.
He's probably a fine person. I don't know.
I don't have anything against him personally. His little cameo in Jurassic World was really funny, okay?
Carrying those margaritas away. He nailed it.
He did. I have nothing against him personally as a person. I just don't like his music. I'm sorry. So
she rides along in the caravan.
Yes, and she's like, "Can you understand me? Give me a sign if you can understand me.
If you can, look at me."
Yeah, and he looks at the cheese that's like hanging on the wall, and she's like, "Oh, he's actually cheese. He's just a mouse. He doesn't understand." And so she starts talking about unconditional love and everything. She
understands love.
Yeah.
When she was a star, she would watch, and love was the only thing she liked to watch because everything else sucked.
Yep.
Like Jimmy Buffett's music.
Oh my god. Never gonna be able to live it down. Absolutely never. No, why is this a running joke now? This episode only. Come on. You can't do this to me.
Oh, man.
So, I did forget to say that earlier, like, when they were in the brig, they were talking about Victoria, because she was like, tell me a little more about Victoria, and he's like, oh, there's not much to tell.
Yeah.
There literally is nothing to tell about her.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm doing all this for her, and she's like, what is she doing for you? Yeah. And he's like, I don't know.
Nothing.
She sucks.
Yeah, but, she's talking about, like, unconditional love and everything.
Yeah. She's like, I'd give you my heart.
Yep.
I love you.
Yep, because she's in love with him.
He's a cute little mouse.
Yeah.
I kind of love that little mouse.
Yeah, it just keeps looking like with those big beady eyes.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
I'd give that mouse my heart.
So they arrive at the market town near the wall. They're like a mile away from the wall.
Yeah.
And Sal turns him back into a human.
Yeah.
She's like, you're going to be a little bit out of it for a while, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then they get a room for the night at an inn, and so that he can kind of like get back to himself pretty much. And also because the next day is Victoria's birthday, and they're gonna head there he's gonna give her as the gift and everything.
Yeah.
So this is where we find out that he heard her in the caravan.
Yeah.
When she's like, but you were a mouse. You didn't understand what was happening. You just wanted cheese. And he's like, no, I actually heard everything you were saying. And they kiss, and then they spend the night together. Oh. And the next morning, he takes a piece of her hair
Yeah, real creep move.
It was really creepy. He puts it in a handkerchief and he goes downstairs and tells the person there, he's like, the girl that's with me, if she gets up before I'm back, give her this message. And tells him what to say, and then he heads off. Because he's going to see Victoria. Mm-hmm. So he gets there, and, well, actually, before he even gets there, I mean, he's like, gets to the wall and everything, and comes over, and he's heading to her house. She wakes up, he's not there.
Yeah.
So she goes to talk to that guy downstairs.
Because it was the first night she'd actually slept through the night.
Yep. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And she goes to talk to the guy downstairs, and he garbles this message.
Yeah.
So bad.
It's like he went to see Victoria because he's in love, and he wants to tell her that he's in love, and he's sorry that, but he found the love of his life or something.
Yeah, whatever. So basically, it makes it sound like he's going to Victoria because Victoria is the love of his life.
Yeah, and sorry, Claire Danes, but I love Victoria.
But, that's obviously not what's happening.
Yeah.
But he does go to Victoria, and she comes down, and he's like, I found the star for you. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet. Mm-hmm. Where is it?
Yeah, can I have?
Yep. And he, bends her down like he's gonna kiss her.
Yeah.
And then he tells her to, grow up, basically, and drops her. And Henry Cavill comes around the corner at that time, and he's like, oh, how dare you do this to Victoria?
How could you drop her?
And so he pulls out his little sword.
Yeah.
That's his cane or whatever. It's
he
pulls it out and he's like, I'll fight you. And so Tristan pulls out his sword and starts doing this fancy sword movements with it, and he's like, we're good. I'm just gonna put my sword back on.
Never mind.
Not gonna do it. And he had given her the handkerchief, and she looks at it and opens it, and she's like, ugh, this is just a bunch of stardust. I don't even want this. I
mean, Stardust's pretty cool.
And throws it back at him. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he opens it up. And everything, it just turns into, it's just stardust, and it's glittering, it falls down, and he's like, oh no.
She can't cross the wall.
Because if she does, she will turn into stardust and a metal rock, basically. Because she's a star.
So he starts running. And his run, I don't know why it made me
funny.
Laugh. It was just such a little hurried little run.
Yeah.
It was great.
So she's walking toward the wall. Everybody is trying to catch up to her.
Yeah.
Because, of course, the witch is trying to get her before she can cross the wall. Mm-hmm. The prince is trying to get her. They're all trying to get there. And then, of course, his mother is there, too, Princess Una.
Yeah. And she hijacks the caravan.
Yes. And drives it through the city and drives it down. So Yvain is about to walk across the wall, and she stops her.
Yeah.
His mother gets there in time. Then, of course, because she's like, you can't cross the wall.
Yeah.
It'll kill you, basically. And then Michelle Pfeiffer shows up.
Yeah.
And also, well, first, I think Sal shows up. She wakes up.
Yeah.
Because she's inside the caravan. She wakes up. She comes out. She's like, what did you do?
Why did you bring us here?
Exactly. Then Michelle Pfeiffer shows up. And
Sal still can't see.
Still can't see the star. Because Michelle Pfeiffer's just talking to air, basically. Yeah. And she's like, what is going on here? So Michelle Pfeiffer just basically duels Sal.
Takes out Sal.
Kills her. Her head just disappears.
Yep.
She falls down. She just leaves a little burnt area in the grass.
Yeah. Rough go for Sal.
Yep. And then Michelle Pfeiffer grabs... Oh, of course, when she kills Sal, the chain disappears.
Yeah.
It's like,
she's
oh,
free.
My God, she's finally free.
Yeah.
And then immediately, Michelle Pfeiffer's like, now I've captured both of you.
And now I have a chain.
And she's like, are you kidding me? I literally just got rid of that.
Yeah.
So she takes them. They're going to the witch's lair.
Yep.
So Tristan finally makes it to the wall. Mm-hmm. The old man is like, I can't do this anymore. What I just saw was really weird. I'm out. And he's like, what did you see? So he tells him, and he runs over to the wall, and he jumps across again. He's headed out to try to find her.
Grabs the horse off the caravan, and he goes.
Yep, he's gone. Septimus shows up also, and he's like, okay, there's a weird...
He sees the burnt thing on the ground.
Yeah.
He's like, well, obviously, I need to head this way. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think he also sees the trail that the carriage has been leaving. So he heads off after them also. Tristan gets to the witch's lair.
Mm-hmm.
They're inside.
Yeah.
They're all inside. And he's like, oh, I've got to go in there and rescue him. And then Septimus shows up.
Yeah.
And they end up teaming up together because they're like, well, let's...
Enemy of my enemy.
Yep, let's go in there. Let's kill these witches. So they go in there.
Yeah. They basically just bust through the door. Just go through there like, big plan.
Yep,
Septimus
exactly.
out.
Like, ha-ha, we're here. And Septimus goes after Una because he thinks there are 4 witches, but there are only 3.
Right.
Because he's like, there are 5 of them in there. There are 4 witches. We gotta kill them all.
Yeah.
So he goes after Una first, and it's like, oh wait, sister?
You're my sister.
You're my sister. Because he's like, Una? And she's like, oh, Septimus.
Yeah.
And...
So was she the first? Or first girl?
The first girl, probably.
Okay.
Because Primus would be, for,
Dosa?
Maybe. Don't know.
Tua? Like Tua Tagovailoa?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. It'd be weird. So Una, pulls Tristan aside, I think. At this point, they're hiding together. And she's like, I'm your mother.
I'm your mother, I'm your mother, I'm your mother.
And he's like, okay, cool.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Glad to finally meet you.
Let's hide. Yep. I'm scared.
So they hide. Septimus is going after the witches. He kills one of them.
Yeah. Throws that blade right into her.
Yep. Pins her to a mirror or something. Yeah. So she's dead.
Yep.
So Michelle Pfeiffer's like, all right, I gotta get rid of this guy. Mm-hmm. He just killed my sister.
Yep.
So she has this voodoo doll.
Yeah.
That doesn't... How's it connected to him at all? How is...
Yeah, I don't know. It's another, very convenient thing that just appears.
Because I feel like a voodoo doll has to have something of that person.
Yeah.
In them. In it. Some hair or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
I've never dealt with the voodoo arts.
Yeah, but this has nothing. It's just a little clay doll.
Yeah.
So she starts
Maybe the book fleshes all this stuff out more.
Maybe. I can't remember. I feel like I've read the book, but it was a long time ago. So she starts breaking arms and legs and stuff.
Yeah. Rough go.
Uh-huh. And then drops it into water.
Yeah.
Because there's this fountain underneath the staircase where she's standing. Drops it into the water, and he's basically, he lifts up into the air because he's just floating like he's drowning. Basically, he's underwater, but there's no water.
Rough go.
And so he drowns. And nobody does anything.
That's it. Tristan just watches.
Tristan and Una they're just like, oh, this is terrible. What's happening? Let's just sit here and watch it.
Yeah. To be fair, Septimus also a bad guy. So, I guess.
Yeah.
But still.
So, so he's dead.
Yeah.
He joins his little ghost brothers, and they're all like, oh crap. Now what happens? Yeah. We're all dead. None of us became king.
Are we just here forever and gotta just be cool with each other?
Exactly. So Tristan's like, well, I guess I have to
do
this now. So he gets out from behind the cages where he has been hiding.
Yeah.
The other witch is coming to attack him.
Yep.
And he lets all of the animals out.
Yeah.
And
first, the deadly ferret.
Yes, the ferrets. But then it's these coyotes.
Yeah.
And so they attack the witch and kill her.
Yeah.
And then they run out because they're like,
I'm out of here. I ain't being sacrificed again.
Exactly. And I'm like, good job, animals. There you go. So they get out of there. So it's just Michelle Pfeiffer left.
Yeah.
Where did he get the glass? He got the glass flower back.
Yeah. Before he left, he went into the caravan. Or no, not into the caravan, but I think he just saw it on the ground where she burned up.
Oh, that's probably what it was.
And he grabbed it.
Okay. Because
deuces.
Yeah, because he does have the glass flower again.
Yeah.
And
because she tries to throw some spells at him.
Yes.
It's like, nope.
Nothing's working.
So then she just throws big pots at him.
Yeah. And so he opens up. When he left Captain Shakespeare, they sent him off with a little lightning thing.
Yeah.
Little bottle of lightning, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so he uses it on her to try to kill her.
Yeah. Blasts her pretty good.
Yeah. But it blasts her back to where the fountain is, and she realizes, ooh, there's something in this fountain I can use. Yep. So she pulls out that voodoo doll.
Uh-huh. And she was very talented with that voodoo doll.
Yes. And she starts moving its arms and legs and everything, which makes Septimus's corpse start fighting Tristan, which was really weird. And the princes are all just sitting there like, this is kind of weird, but I like it.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. He gets backed into the corner of the wall, but he sees a chandelier over him. It's like, maybe I'll do this old trope. Dropping a chandelier.
Drop a chandelier on this corpse and it'll be fine. And he cuts one of the ropes and a different chandelier falls.
One that nearly falls on Claire Danes.
It's like, okay.
Like, bro.
And then he's like, okay, well, that wasn't it. Let's do this next rope. So he hits that one. It falls on the staircase and just barely misses Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah. He's like, how many chandeliers are here?
I thought that was a good little play on that. That's funny.
Yep. So then he finally hits the last one, but he grabs the rope too.
Yeah.
And it is the one that crashes on to the corpse. Yeah. But it flings him like up to where Claire Danes is at the top of the staircase.
Kicks Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. So,
but she's dual wielding some knives.
Oh yeah.
She's going after him.
Yeah, but then she
takes out his sword. She's got him backed up against the table. And then, he's dead. Like,
he's not going to survive this.
And she's like, hi-ya.
Yeah, she slashes, and he's like, oh, I'm fine. It didn't hit me. Yeah. Because she has slashed the, the belt kind of thing that is holding Yvain in place.
Yeah. But she turns around. This was very strange.
Yeah, she turns around and she's like, what am I even doing? Who am I? She's like, oh, both of my sisters are dead. I have nothing else to live for. It's not fun without my sisters and all this stuff. So you can go. Just get out of here. Go on. Yep. So they start leaving. Yeah. And then
his mom goes outside. Has been outside.
Yeah, she's been outside because he told her to go out there when he went in to fight. And so she sees him through the window. She's like, oh yeah, here we go. Let's go. And we did it. The doors close. Like, everything is locked
shutter.
Down. Yep. Yeah. And she starts laughing. She's like, you thought you could get away.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, what was the point?
Yeah. She's like, I didn't want her heart when it was broken. Yeah. I wanted it. But you didn't have to let her go. You could have been like, you could have just done that. Like, oh, well, y'all can be in love. And then, bam, kill him and then take her heart while she's still strapped down.
Yeah.
Now you gotta, like, rope her again. That's a whole thing.
So, anyway, she walks down the stairs. She's getting ready to go kill her. Take that heart. Mm-hmm. But Yvain tells Tristan, she's like, close your eyes.
Hug me
and close your eyes. And he's like, okay, sounds good to me. So he does, and she starts shining. And
bright like a diamond, some would say.
And it kills the witch.
Yep.
There we go.
She explodes.
Yep. And she's like, he says something like, why couldn't you do that earlier? And apparently if they have a broken heart, they can't shine or something. Yeah. So there we go.
She did it.
And so, yay, everything's good.
Everybody's fine.
And the mom comes in. She's good too.
Yeah.
And he notices that the pendant is on the ground. And, also they kiss because, they're in love and everything. Of course. And he notices the stone is on the ground, so he grabs it, and as he's walking over to show it to them, it turns red in his hand. And he shows it, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's the stone. It's red again. You're the new king. Yay. You're the king of Stormhold. You're the last living male heir.
Yeah.
And, so...
Prince Ghosts are like, what? And they
just disappear. They turn into little lights, and they fly off.
Yep.
So they got to finally go away.
Yep.
And so he becomes the new king. They're sitting there in the castle in front of a big audience. She's his queen. All of his friends are there. So like all of the pirates are there. Yeah. They're all excited.
Victoria and her
and Humphrey. Yeah. Her new husband. His parents are both there because Dunstan and Una finally got to be together.
Yep.
And Captain Shakespeare looks over at Humphrey and winks at him.
Gives him a little wink.
And he's like, okay. And Victoria's like, oh, how dare you wink at my husband? It's funny. She's just the worst.
Yeah.
She's just having a bad time, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, it seemed Captain and Humphrey know each other from something. That might have been why he went to Ipswich. I don't know.
I mean, but the captain hasn't been to England.
That we know of. Why wouldn't he have gone to England?
I don't know. He said he's never been, or that he's not from there and everything, so.
Well, I think maybe Humphrey went over that wall. It seemed more like they knew each other than he was hitting on him.
Oh, I didn't see it as they knew each other.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, so his mother gives them a Babylon candle for a wedding present.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to Ian McKellen. He's finishing the story, basically. Mm-hmm. He's like, they ruled for 80 years together.
Yeah.
And then, surrounded by their family and friends, they held hands and lit the candle together.
Yep.
And so they thought of her home.
Go off into the sky. And he's immortal because he has her heart.
Yep, exactly.
She gave him her heart.
So they both...
Metaphorically. She didn't cut it out.
Obviously not. She would be dead. So they both go up and they're both stars now.
Yeah, but they're far apart.
Very far apart. It's like...
I mean, they're kind of close in the little thing that we're seeing, but in the overall scheme of things...
away from each other.
If they want to kiss, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Which, it's tough go. We think maybe something was going wrong after that 80 years. Maybe they were a little tired of each other. Need a little space.
But yeah, they needed to be closer together. That was way too far.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I mean, there are binary star systems.
Yeah.
What the heck? Just stick them right next to each other. Anyway, that was it.
That's it. That's the movie. So yeah, fun movie. I think it really could have benefited from more lore. Give me some lore in there.
Yeah, there's probably more, like you said, in the book.
Yeah, I want Lord of the Rings extended cut link to get all the lore in there.
We did watch the blooper reel, and there was one part in it where it looked like they had used makeup and everything to age Charlie Cox to his 80. After he's been ruling for 80 years or whatever, because she was like sitting next to him and she looked the way she does look. Looked, and they were like in bed together or whatever. I think it was. It looked like they were in bed. And she just looked like Claire Danes. Yeah. And he was like old with like gray hair and everything.
I don't think
long
I
gray hair.
That.
Yeah. But it wasn't in the movie.
Oh, I thought it was Peter O'Toole.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, okay. Well, there you go. All right. Well, that was my birthday gift to you.
Thank you.
You get to watch that movie. So now let's try a snack.
All right.
So we are continuing our Pop Tarts tasting with another new flavor. And it is what now?
It is Eggo Waffle.
Eggo Waffle.
And it has a maple syrup frosting, I think.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. It smells very pancakey and syrup.
Well, waffly.
Very buttery.
Tastes like butter and maple syrup.
It does.
Which, it's what...
Not bad.
It's what an Eggo Waffle tastes like if you put syrup on it.
I like them. They're pretty good. Yeah. It pretty much delivers on what it promises. I don't know what else I could ask from it. I don't know if I like it as much as the Apple Jacks.
I was going to say, I don't think I like it as much as the Apple Jacks one, but it's still good.
Yeah. I'm probably going to give it like a 7.
I feel like I should go less than a 7 because I said it's not as good as the Apple Jacks, and I'm pretty sure I gave the Apple Jacks one a 7. Yeah. So I'll give it like a 6.5. Okay. So it's close.
So not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, have you seen Stardust? Are we alone? Have you tried these Pop Tarts? How does this compare to Apple Jacks? What do you think? Let us know on X at Having Funcast or on Facebook at Having Fun Pod.
I absolutely hate the way you say X, by the
way. I hate that it's named X.
I do too. But anyway, or you can send us an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
All right, go have fun and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.